All right, welcome back to week 3 of the video journal series. Today is Sunday, January 18th, and it was a hectic week. It was a very busy week. So Monday I was in LA. Tuesday I was in Arizona. Wednesday I was in Orange County. Thursday, Friday I was in San Diego. Saturday I was in LA, and Sunday I'm in LA. So yeah, very hectic, but very fun week, very good week. So yeah, let's get into some of the topics. So last week I talked about going to the Rose Bowl flea market, and I talked about random people from my past continuing to show up in my life today. And it happened again. Literally, I was at the Rose Bowl flea market going to the bathroom, and I ran into this guy from my high school. So random and so crazy, and I still don't really get it. I did a whole video essay about why that happens, and I still don't get it. But it keeps happening. It keeps happening. In terms of pickups, I didn't really get much. I got these postcards to put into my photo albums. These aren't the postcards that I like for this specific album, but yeah, I picked these up. So that's really it for Rose Bowl. Let's get a little bit into the week. So like I said, I was traveling a lot. When I was in Arizona, I did this really cool sunrise hike in Tempe. So that's where Arizona State is. When I was in Orange County, I ended up in this Korean mall. Really kind of crazy. Yo, this donut was wild. This was like a Korean pistachio butter donut. It was insane. This thing, I didn't know it was filled with butter like this. I'm not a huge butter fan, but I liked this donut. It was kind of perfect. It's kind of perfect. So keep it moving. This is in San Diego. So one night we went to Coronado and saw the sunset. Honestly, a great few days in San Diego. Friends from college were there. Best friends from college were there. And it was one of those times where you really don't do anything, but you do so much. I don't know if that makes sense. This was something really cool that I did in LA. I actually went to the Wolfgang Tillman exhibit. You probably know his work. He's like a photographer, artist, and you've definitely seen the Frank Ocean Blonde cover. That's his photo. So I went to his exhibition, and it was really nice to just kind of, chill a bit, take in some art, and have a nice kind of slow morning. So in terms of movies, kind of combined week 2 and week 3 here because I didn't talk about movies last week. So I recently watched the movie Blow. I'd never seen it before. Really enjoyed that movie. Really just like seeing the style, the fashion, the way people interact with each other. I think we're so used to the modern world with technology that it's really cool to kind of go back in time and see how things we do today were done back then. The part that I really like about this movie, though, is there's always these kind of cut scenes or voiceovers that Johnny Depp does where he says, "It was perfect." And he's kind of looking back at these times in his life and saying, "It was perfect." And it really got me thinking, maybe I'm in that perfect moment now. And so I really need to enjoy this time. I also really like the scene where he's with his dad in his Hollywood mansion, and they're surrounded by all of these cars and all of these kind of workers working on the house. And his dad's only question is, "Are you happy?" And on the surface, you would think, yes, everything is going right. You should be happy. But it's the way he answers is very surface level. And I think that in his reflection, he realizes maybe he wasn't. Maybe he wasn't. Also, I have this movie on DVD. I really miss all the bonus features. On streaming and all that stuff, we miss out on these bonus features. I don't know if they still do all of these things. Do they do all the behind-the-scenes content that they have in DVDs? Another reason to be buying DVDs. Also, this week, I watched Smashing Machine. And, it was good, but I don't know that I loved it. To be honest, I was kind of really comparing this to Marty Supreme and the Safdie brothers and their styles and who I like better. And truthfully, the Marty Supreme was way better. I felt like in Smashing Machine, it was kind of slow. There were definitely very slow parts of it. When I think about this movie, on its surface, it's about a wrestler. But the movie focuses on kind of the unraveling of his life, not only from a professional standpoint, but from a personal standpoint as well. And it's kind of crazy to see somebody that on the surface has it all put together, but really inside they're falling apart. And there are these cut scenes in the movie after the matches, they're going back to the locker room by themselves. nobody is there. Or they go to the elevator and there's a catering food truck in the elevator. And this guy just won a match and can't even go to his locker room because, yeah, there's people working in that elevator. It's a really interesting look at life. And it was good, but slow. Okay, on to music. Week 3, okay, so I listened to the Daniel Caesar Tiny Desk. I love Tiny Desks, so that was really nice. I've also been listening to a lot of Ye. Say what you want about Kanye, but Vultures is a great gym album. Like, listen to that next time you're in the gym, you're gonna be hype. You're gonna be hype. Get a good workout in. And on the topic of Ye, I've been listening to like Bully. They released like 4 or 5 tracks. I really like the one that's in Spanish. I don't know. I like that song. And then this is Hope Tala. This is like another artist that I recently found. I would say that she's kind of like smooth, soulful indie R&B with some like bossa nova in there as well. Really just kind of interesting. I don't know. It's good kind of like in the background work music to me. So yeah, that's what I've been listening to. In terms of food, if you know me, I'm a big foodie. I love to eat. Historically, I've always used Instagram, TikTok, YouTube to really find food spots. But this past month, not being on social media, I haven't been able to do that. So I've been relying kind of on like word of mouth or things that just kind of intrigue me as I drive by. So these are 2 actually kind of what I would consider old school LA spots. Tommy's, this is like a very classic chili burger. This place is like 80 years old and serves up this like chili cheeseburger. The chili is like different. It's not runny, it's not watery, and it really like kind of holds in the burger. It's really good. And they have these really spicy peppers. If you've ever been to In-N-Out, how they have those like little hot peppers, they have them at Tommy's. And I like to like bite the tip of the pepper and then spread the juice on the burger. Awesome. The other one that I went to is Maggie's. So this is kind of like a classic LA mom and pop donut shop. But I didn't go there for the donut. I actually got a breakfast burrito. And I have to say that this is one of the best breakfast burritos I've had in LA. And I've been to almost every place on like an infatuation list. But this, the potatoes, the cheese, the bacon, it just works. And it's only $10. Plus, they give you a free donut with your order. Can't beat that deal. Last one here I'll talk about is a spot I went to in San Diego, Casa Guadalajara. I love these Mexican restaurants that give you free chips and salsa, massive portions, and just kind of like a cantina vibe. Food is like solid. I wouldn't say it's the best Mexican food I've ever had, but like the value, the experience, yeah, just nice. It's nice. So yeah, that's pretty much week 3. Like I said, very busy week, very hectic week, but fun week. A good week to kind of reconnect with friends, eat some good food, and now I just want to chill. But anyways, thank you all for watching. That was my recap of week 3. I guess we will see what's in store for week 4. All right, later.